Hello everyone, my name is BottleTopHornet and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. On today's episode, I'm looking for some turtles. And and I have found them straight away apparently. Okay, well, welcome. In this episode, we've already found what we're looking for. What we're going to do is collect ourselves some turtle eggs. Because I've been working away pretty hard in between these episodes, trying to blast a massive hole in the roof of the Nether, but it's taking some time, and I figured I'd take a break and do something else for a little while. And one of the things that I'm going to need for my gold farm is turtle eggs. And it's actually amazing that there's 4 of them here. That's really, really good. So what I want to do this episode, and this area here is actually a really good spot for it, is I want to create a turtle sanctuary. A little place where we know that we have some safe turtles who aren't going to disappear. I can sort of lock them in so that they have a little bit of water, but they're not going to swim too far away. And then we have a spot that we always know we can come back to when we're looking for either more turtle eggs or just to breed some up or see them or anything. So with the need to find them already done and out of the way, I suppose what we're going to do is start setting up a bit of an idea of the perimeter or the boundary of this area. And I actually like that we've got this hill here because I might use that to my advantage. And one of the things that I have to do is they've left. They've left straight away, but they are nearby. You can see one over there and one there. And I think, yeah, the other one's way over there. So what we need to do is try and build up this perimeter. I want to sort of use, it sounds terrible, make like a cage for them so they can't escape. But I'll build that up to a height until I can see them all come back into this beachfront here. And once they're on the beach, I'll try and quickly block them all off so they have this bit of water. There's a bit of seagrass down here. And then we know that we have at least 4, which makes it very easy to breed them up. So I might remove a little bit of this sand and then hopefully, I don't think I'm going to have enough fences, but we'll see how much we can get built up here. I might have to quickly fly back to the island, which is just over there, and grab a few more. But we'll make up the cage first, make sure that they are secure and they'll stay in here, and then we can work on maybe like a little cave or something that has an overhang, a nice little safe area away from predators up in the sky. You know, you sort of see when they hatch their eggs and all the little ones try and make it to the water. So to make this area as safe as possible, and this is sort of just a little fun build more than anything, since it's around Christmas time and I've got family and friends over, so spending a lot of time on Minecraft isn't necessarily ideal. So I wanted to come in here and make a quick episode for you guys, and then we can come back after we've got the egg situation sorted and get working on that gold farm, which will be a little bit more of a substantial episode. So with that, I'm going to build up this perimeter of fences. And as you can see, some of them are starting to come back. Hopefully we can get all 4 of them back into this beach area and get them locked in, and we'll work on a fancy little design. And no joke, that took me like 30 minutes to get these guys back in. And the only way I could do it was by wrangling them up in boats. And just as I was closing in, the last few fences, that guy popped in as well. So we've got 5 in here. He's trying desperately to escape, so I do feel a little bit bad. But I will make this as nice a looking place as possible for him and for them as well. So it should be okay, I hope. But with that being said, and with these guys firmly locked in place, I don't know whether I'm going to maybe close up those gaps with a few more fences, but I'm on my last one right now. So at least they're secure for now, as far as I can tell. I don't think they can climb a block, but we'll secure this a little bit better in just a moment anyway. So what I'm going to do is, as I craft some half slabs of sandstone, is form up a bit of a curving like shelf, like sandstone shelf over here. We're actually going to fill the sand in over top of this and use a bit of this space already existing here so that we don't have to dig too far in. So if I come up here and I just start to place in a fairly random fashion, easing up into the middle, and then I'll pop back down and try and curve it back down to that direction as well. This is just sort of how I build most things when I don't really have a solid plan in front of me, where I just try and wing it, put my vision into place by just adding blocks here and there, and knowing that with the beauty of Minecraft being, I can just continue and alter everything that I do as much as necessary until I get it looking exactly how I want it to. So if I just pop something like that in there, yeah. So that's our little cave entrance for these guys to habitat. Habitate? Inhabit is the word I was looking for. Oh goodness, it's been a long couple of days. So I'm just going to open this up a little bit more, and then I will craft a bit of a roof lining in here, which I'll light up so that from a distance when we're flying around, if we want to come have a look at this again at a later date, it's going to look really nice if it's just sort of on sunset and you see the glowing from the inside of our turtle sanctuary cave. I really should bring a bed back with me though next time I go over to the island so I can sleep here. But if we fill in the top of this back sort of around level, and then I'm going to use the sand that I've already dug up from this beach and from just that little section in there, and we'll feather it back downwards and see what it looks like once we've got all that packed back on top of it. And so if I fly away just for a second, we get something that looks a little bit like that. It actually blends in okay. I just added layer after layer of sand and tried to feather it back in. Obviously that bit there looks a little odd, but we'll use some sandstone slabs to blend that in so you can't see those weird gaps. And we end up with a kind of decent sized little cave under here. So what I'm going to do is just, like I said, grab a few of these sandstone slabs and we'll just place them a little bit randomly. Oh, I need to use some scaffolding of sorts, I think. But we just fill this in. I don't really care too much about how it looks because it's meant to just sort of simulate a little bit like where you see, well, that's not a good example because it's stone, but sometimes there's little shelves of sandstone sticking out like that in the distance there. If I can get on a solid ground so I can show you smoothly. Just over there. So there's just going to be much the same thing here where we have little pieces of sandstone sticking out. So just feathering things in, trying to make it look somewhat natural. I don't want too many pieces where it doesn't look like it's connected correctly. So we'll fill stuff like that in. I don't know whether I really like the way that sits like that, but we can blend it a little bit together. Like so. Don't really need this anymore. And I want to, I will get these guys out of here, but I do want to make sure that the rest of it's built up first, and I might fill in those fences before I let them escape. I don't know whether that one guy is still in here. See, possibly not. Where did he go? Maybe he escaped? Or is he stuck in a... I got 1, 2, 1 there, and 1 there. He must have escaped. So I'll make sure I fill in all of those gaps first, because the last thing I want is for them to escape and this whole build to be for nothing. What I'll do, just to be sure, is make sure any gap that is up against these fences is at least 1.5 blocks high. So if they can get over 1 block, they're not going to get over that, and they can't get over a fence either. So I'm going to go grab a couple of light sources from the base and craft up a little bit of extra fences, and then we'll come back here and start to decorate this. I'll probably jump up on top and blend that a little bit more, I think. But the only way that we're easily going to get out of here is by flying. So I'll go grab those things and we'll see if we can light that up and make a comfy looking little cave. And actually flying over top of this on the way back to the base made me think that I might want to grab a couple of pieces of coral and also some of these sea pickles just to use for decoration in the water around and potentially light it up a little bit so that it looks a bit prettier. I didn't really have a plan going into this for the exact look that I wanted. I just wanted to make a little safe little space and something that is a pretty simple little build. Not pretty simple, but pretty and simple. And something that we can come back to at any stage and just sort of hit that point of, yeah, that looks nice. It's a nice little memory of something we built along the way. So I'll just grab a few different colors of coral, a few different types, and we can add that to our build. And with the last few of these fences filling in the gap, now we have a fully secure fenced area, or sanctuary. We're going to keep calling it a sanctuary, even though it seems more like a prison or a zoo at this stage. But hopefully that means that they shouldn't be able to escape when I remove them from these boats. And yeah, we'll try and make it as nice looking as possible for them. So I'm going to open this up a little bit more. Even though that actually opens it up to the top, we'll have to fill those gaps in. And we'll just set it up with a little bit extra detail in here. Don't know how exactly I'm going to do it, but we'll see how it goes. Now this build, I think as far as lighting goes, is going to be the first one that I use end rods in. Because I feel like hanging lanterns, like oil lanterns, in this space for turtles, it just doesn't seem natural enough. I want this to come off as semi-natural, and I don't have a guardian farm or anything set up to make sea lanterns, because sea lanterns feels like the most natural form that I could put in here. But just chucking some of these, which I imagine it's like a semi-natural light that's crafted for the end realm, since they don't have a sun. It's like, in my eyes, it's replicating the sun's light, and it might have some, vitamin D in it and whatnot to power or give the vitamin D in those end cities. So we'll sort of use these. There's some weird lighting effects going on. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, not necessarily in those places there, but I like the fact that we can put them sideways or even put two together like so, and it's a little bit less conspicuous against the lighter colors of the sand than a really dark and grey reddish lantern would be, or even the torches and whatnot. So first thing, before I get into carving that out, is I'll use where'd I put that shulker? I'll use the pieces of coral and the sea pickles that I got, and we'll just chuck a couple in the water here to give it a little bit of colour, a little bit of something different, because I do want this to look sort of nice as you're coming up from the distance, and hopefully with a little bit of light being given off by these, it does add a little bit. I probably need to grab some more actually, because they're going to get lost, but just a little bit of extra colour given by these pieces of coral is just going to be enough, I think. I really should have, I should probably wait until nighttime to see what it looks like with a bit of light generated into it, but yeah, you can barely see it from here so far. I think one of the things that I should do is maybe build up some on the outside as well, and maybe hide a little bit of this fence that looks odd as just a slab of fencing. So we'll grab some pieces of kelp and grow that up on the outside as well, just to blend it into the nature around here a little bit more. I think that's going to be a good start. But with those few bits of coral just out of our inventory and out of our way for now, we'll see what we can make of this area here. Now, I just have to think about how I want it to go. So, popping in from a little bit further in the future than I intended to, because my computer blue screened and crashed halfway through recording a fairly decent sized section of what's been going on here. So as you can see, I've already actually started to get some eggs going and have this whole section set up. Unfortunately, I don't really know what happened, but one of my hard drives, just then something else is going on. My computer is really struggling right now for some reason. But yeah, in the background, my hard drive actually failed. I've got two large hard drives, and one of them was recording through OBS, and it just crashed. And I tried to recover the MP4, the recording that I've been doing through OBS, but there was just no luck. So here we are. I added a little bit of greenery and some light to this area just to sort of make it stand out a little bit from the external area. If I fly, I also added some more coral as well. I'm just going to fly out into the distance so that we can see it just in the darkness with a little bit of light coming out of that cavern. I'm going to probably do a little bit to blend this fence in some more, and yeah, I don't know. There's more that can definitely be done to make it look a little bit more interesting, but for now, it's achieving what I want it to, which is getting me turtle eggs, and you know, I can maybe come at a later date and try and spruce it up some more when I have some more ideas. Right now, or even if you guys come up with some ideas in the comments on how to sort of spice it up a bit. I don't really know how I can, with it being sort of deserty. It's whether I convert some of this hill into more of a grassland so that we can have trees or something above it, or I could even make some palm trees. I'm not sure. So I'd be interested to hear what your ideas are. But for now, we have these guys in here. I managed to get them out of the boats, which is a huge plus. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to get them out very easily, but with a little help from the F3B showing the hitboxes, I was able to make sure I didn't hit them as I broke the boats that they were in. So yeah, as you can see, we're definitely getting ourselves a little supply of eggs. And I'm trying to remember what I've already talked about in the recording that I lost. But one of the things was, I think as far as my gold farm goes, it'll probably end up being about 12 to 15 layers, depending on how high I end up going. So I don't actually need that many eggs. Oh, goodness. So a couple more times of having these guys lay eggs, and I should have plenty for my needs as far as the gold farm goes. See, we've already got 15. I'd like to get a couple more just in case. And then, yeah, this can be its own little sanctuary and these guys can stay here. And I think before I leave, one of the last things I'll do is let them lay some eggs, and I'll actually leave them. We might come back here another night, or I might come here off camera to defend them from the zombies that spawn. And, oh yes, we got another 4. And then I can make sure that these eggs that we leave behind do end up hatching. But we've gotten lucky so far, getting a decent amount of eggs in each section. Yeah, look at that, 19. So, like, in reality, I've probably got plenty for my gold farm. And these guys are slowly laying some more eggs. Got this little oasis down here with a few leaves just to break up the color because it was very, very plain. And, yeah, a fun little project for a short episode. I'll just see if I can get a few more eggs, and then we might pop back to the base. But right now, my luck is terrible because I'm back here collecting eggs again after I'd already got back to my base because my game crashed again. My computer seems to be having all sorts of problems, and I might have to come back and film the rest of this tomorrow. I was hoping to get it out a little bit sooner than this, but I'll come back in the morning and hopefully, oh, people everywhere. Hopefully I can finish up this recording and I am getting achievements again. Have I lost all my achievements? Okay then. This is... Stuff's happening. We'll be right back, folks. And so, with another day and realizing that some of the stuff that happened was pretty bad, I lost a couple of shulkers, just disappeared. Hello? Couple of shulkers full of stuff just lost completely forever. All my achievements gone. And if we go to my stat page, it's been completely reset as though I am, you know, a brand new player on this world, which is really unfortunate because it does removes some of the, or it removes evidence of some of the effort that we've put into this place. But at least it's still here. I mean, I'm so glad I didn't lose the world. That would have just been absolutely horrible. I'm going to end the episode here and do what I can to back everything up and make sure everything is safe and try and get my computer working again properly. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I mean, I know it's a bit of a shorter episode and things haven't necessarily gone exactly how I wanted to, but we do have the turtle eggs that we need to hopefully get into building our gold farm in the next episode. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Like and comment. I'll be down in the comments chatting with you guys. Hopefully you guys have some ideas as to what I could do to add a little bit more detail to that farm over there, the turtle sanctuary. So yeah, hope you take care of yourselves. I hope you guys are having good holidays, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.